Yeah, downward trend. Beautiful. So we can see we're not analyzing anything, but with your physical eyes, you can see that the market is going what? On a downward trend. So if anything, first thing that you should do is the market is what's going down. So your analysis for now, your mindset is telling you anything I'm looking for, I should look for what? Something going towards my direction. But it doesn't end that way. Remember what I said in the other class. Your account, the money in your account determines the time frame you're going to use. Just a little candle, a little move on a monthly time frame is a longer move on the smaller time frame. So if you're entering any market on the monthly time frame, you're doing yourself harm if you have a very small account. People that actually go to the monthly time frame and enter their trades are position traders, people that have millions of dollars in their account. These are the people that can enter a sell from here. This is 2000 and what? This is May, on the 7th of May, 2007. They can leave this sell till it gets to wherever they're going to. That's how they trade. They trade yearly, monthly, they leave it. But we don't do that way. We go to the market every day with our little $1,000, $10,000, $15,000, $3,000. We go in and out of the market. So position traders will enter here, leave the market, keep entering here and all that. That's what they do. But your own is that we follow where the market makers do what, where they go. The market makers say go left, we go left. The market maker says go right, we go right. So for now, looking at this thing, you're seeing that the market is going down. So what you're going to do first is, how can I check whether the market is going to, because this little move you're seeing here on a smaller time frame, 1 hour time frame, this is a very long uptrend on a smaller time frame. Now we can see that this is the last impulse move that this market has actually, this market has moved like this. So this candle, we did price action, but we've not actually taught what price action. I told you people to go and study it. This is a pin bar. Pin bar stands as what? A rejection. But sometimes when you see something like this, the market can obey it, the market may not obey it. You can see this one here, the market obeyed it, but it came downward and retested this. You can see the market came back to test it. Let me put a horizontal line here. So you can see how the market respected that bar. See what it did. It came back, it created a new support. It came back, did what, it came back here to retest that support. So two things are in my mind. Is the market reversing here, or is it going to continue coming down? This price action is telling me there's a rejection here that the buyers want to take over. But how can I know whether this move has started? You start going by months, going to different time frames to start checking it. So now let's come down to weekly and see what happened. Before that, let me go to monthly and show you something. Now you see this impulse move that happened here. The market has to do what? A correction to either come down or what? It moves like this and do what? Continue going up. It depends. But you cannot predict this until you go to the lower time frame and you see a structure that's happening on a lower time frame. So let me delete that stuff I did. Now, if you use your fib as well that I taught you, you can actually check, okay, what's the market doing? This is just normal. You want to check the analysis. Is either it has retraced back a bit to continue going down? All these things, you just want to know on the higher time frame what you will do, the direction of the market. But where you enter your market is on the lower time frame, like I said earlier. So we'll go to the weekly to see what's happening in the weekly. You can see that little move that happened there. You see here, the market is what's consolidating. It actually did this bearish market here. This bullish engulfing candle. Bullish engulfing candle is also means a reversal candle to continue going where it's going to. So two things that happen. Is this what a continuation of the sell that we saw on the monthly? This move you are seeing here is just the market doing a little retracement to continue to test this support again before it goes up, or what? These are the things that the smaller time frame will interpret for you. Now we've seen this bullish, this bearish engulfing candle. You can see one here. What happened? The market continued going down. It came back up. It couldn't break off. It has not broken out of here. It's still within here. On this weekly time frame, GBP CHF is still ranging, it's not moving. But on the lower time frame, you will see that the market is what's actually moving towards a direction. But if you look at it here on a weekly time frame, it's still within a consolidating zone. And you cannot, because of the weekly time frame, and say I want to enter. No, you can still go to the lower time frame and see what's happening. Now, this is the daily time frame. You can see what market is actually still doing. It's on a downtrend. Look at what market is doing. Let me use my trade line to draw it. You can see it's going what? Downward. That's what your eye can see. The market is going what? Downward. It created this, it broke here, came back up, did this, came down. It has not come back to this. This place is actually that pin bar you are seeing on the what? On that monthly time frame. Market has not come back there to retest it. So two things are in our mind. Is the market going to come down to retest this zone? Let me go to the monthly and put it so you can understand it. Then I'll come back to weekly. This is where it is, okay? So go back to daily. Beautiful. You can see it. So I want you to be sure that this. So two things will be in our mind. Is the market going to come down here to retest this? Or will the market just keep going up? You can dictate that by doing what? Coming to your what? H4. What is the market doing? It's creating a stick and a what? Flag. Stick and a what? Flag. Everything here still indicates that this market is bearish. But we cannot just allow it. Some people might want more confirmation, waiting for the market to break out of this, consolidate this. This is a ranging market. Until it breaks out, retest, like what you see here. After this thing, they break out before anybody who wants to do more confirmation before they can enter the market. But I love doing my zoning on a 1 hour. 1 hour is better. You do your zoning. What you just do on your other time frame is to see where the direction of the market is going. If you see here, the market is still what? Bearish. It's still coming down. But this zone, that pin bar we saw on the weekly, on the monthly time frame, is this area you're seeing here. You can see the market came up. It's just consolidating here. So it's either it will go up, because this is now a new support. It will go up to break this high and continue going up, or come down to retest this before it goes up. We don't know that. Now, when we come to our H1, we draw our zones, like I taught you guys. We change it to the line chart, and you do what? Go to the last pullback. The last pullback, that is where you will draw your rectangle. Now, the last pullback you're seeing here is from here to here. From here to what? To this place. So what you would do is pick your rectangle, draw from here. What I drew is from this place to this place here. Then I will stretch it. My chart is blinking. Let me check. Sorry. Someone said it's not clear. Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, type 2, please. If you can hear me, can you type 2? Okay, I think it's from your side. Maybe you should check your network. Okay, now we've drawn our zone. We'll go to candlestick and see how the market did what we expected. Now let me reset this. You can see. Let me reduce this. You see how the market is what? Within that our zone. Up and down. It just broke out. I called a buy on this last week. Yes, I think I called a buy on GBP CHF. Price broke out. Came here, retested. I called this buy when price was here, when he came here to retest it. It went up a bit, came down, and continued going back up. So two things we're expecting for GBP CHF. But because it's still on this zone, here is now a support zone for me. So I'm expecting price to do what? Drop a bit here and do what? Continue going back what? Up. Remember, this market is still ranging. There's a tendency that it might come back here. But based on this, on our zoning, market has broken out of this zone and retested, and that was why we're buying. So GBP CHF to me is what? Going up. Now, I want you to look at this chart very well. All this movement here, in and out of this, you can see how market was still within this range, this zone. Let me change it to blue because this support zone has changed. This resistance zone has changed to support. Let me change it to. You can see how market bounced off the zone, created a new high. This high has not been broken. Market did what? Broke away, came back, retested this zone, and was consolidating. See what happened out of it. It was still consolidating. And now this is what we did. This breakout here was what made me to take a buy on GBP CHF. So I'm expecting price to do what? Maybe 11 o'clock today, market will open. Price will test a bit here and do what? Go up. So that is what I'm expecting on GBP CHF, which I'm already buying. But if it is not happening, remember our stop loss is below the zone. Depend on what you're using for as your risk to reward ratio. When you're buying, when you're taking a trade, your stop loss is below your zone. If you are buying, if you are selling, your stop loss is above your zone. So this is what I'm expecting for what? For GBP CHF. Now let's go to 15 minutes. You know, I remember I told you about 15 minutes and the structure. You go to 15 minutes and you look for structures. Those can actually help you when entering your trade. Am I seeing a W? Am I seeing a V bottom? Am I seeing this? So let's go to 15 minutes. Now, beautiful. If you can see a structure on this chart, tell me the structure you're seeing. Can you see a V? Can you see a W? And all those things. Can you see it? Type what you're seeing, the structure you're seeing on this chart. Can you type it on the chat box? Blaze, please, some people are at the, please, can you let them in? Someone said Jody is at the door. Okay, beautiful. Now, you can see the V here. And what I told you about the V is, W. When you see a W pattern on the 15 minutes time frame, you wait for what? A retest like this. Then you do what? You buy. So this retest is this one we saw here. That was what made me to say, okay, yes, this is a good buy for me for the market to continue going up this way. So that was a structure that I saw in 15 minutes and I took the buy on GBP CHF. If you don't understand what I'm sure you should go to the previous classes where I thought about structure, V, the V structure, this structure, the M, you can also call it double bottom pattern. When you see this kind of thing, you wait for a retest like this back to this area before you do what? You start selling. But if you see a V like this and the market breaks this way, broke this, that is an invalid W. So you can't say you want to buy this. It's no more good for buy. You now have to look for what? Market to retest this place here, and you do what? You sell your market. That's how you understand when a pattern is valid or when it's not valid. Okay, so now this is the W here that did what? Retested here, and I'm expecting a continuation for buy on GBP CHF. And always remember the first thing for newbies, this is some like some people like say, I don't use Forex Factory, I don't do this. But as a new person in the Forex markets, it's always good for you to go to Forex Factory, any economic calendar, and check what is happening for that particular week, that particular day, what is going to happen in the markets. This will help you determine the pair you're going to take. This will help you determine the trades that you're going to look at. Now, for Monday, the only red envelope we have here is USD and AU. Okay, USD. This is Tuesday. So you can see all the trades, all the pairs, what is going to happen. This is just for foreign. There are so many economics calendar that have more news, but this one is just showing you this. So you can see the only red envelope we have here is by 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock Nigerian time, but 3 o'clock on this because it's 1 hour ahead. That's ISM manufacturing PMI. So we have Euro too, we have GPP, they are low impact and all that. So we are good to go with GPP pairs to trade with them. So for GBP CHF, I'm looking at a buy on GPP, CHF. So Blaze, are you still on the call? Hello, Blaze. Let me check. Oh, he's not on the call again. Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, I didn't know I was a host. Hope nobody's okay. There's nobody in the waiting room. All right. So if you understand what I just did, you can type yes on the chat box. If you don't understand, type no so I can repeat what I said. If you understand it, you need to delete this thing. It's one after the other. So you understand how I went from the monthly time frame to check the trend. And like I said, you can't use the monthly time frame to enter your trade because of your what? Your balance. The little move on the monthly time frame is a higher move on what? 1 hour, 4 hours, and even 15 minutes. So what we just need, we need that to tell us what is going to happen. So that's pin bar we saw on the monthly time frame is indicating a reversal, that the market may start going up. It may not come back down. So what are the things that we're going to see to determine, to strengthen our confidence that this market is a tendency that this market is going to go up? Respect that pin bar. That was when you come to the smaller time frame to see all that thing. Okay, yes, everyone. Somebody said no. Peter. Peter, have you joined the previous class? Have you joined any of our classes? Peter Falavi? Okay, so where are you confused? So I can go back and where are you confused? On how to get our zone, how we draw our zone? Can you communicate with me on the chat box? So I just didn't get it from the weekly time frame. Okay, let me go back because of Peter. I'm going to delete this. Now, I'll start from the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame, we just want to use our eyes to visualize what the market is doing. As we can see, the market is on a downtrend. Let me reset this. The market is going down. But we spotted a price action, this pin bar here, this bar. So there's a tendency that something is going to happen. Price, we respect this. This is a reversal candle. Remember, if you are in the group, I said we should go and study about what price is, how price reacts to different price action. And I told you the last time that two candles that I love very well, pin bar and what? Engulfing candles. When you see pin bar and engulfing candles, It tells you how strong that market, the tendency for that market to reverse or to continue in that direction. Okay. Now this pin bar is showing that the sellers are what? They're tired. They're getting exhausted. If you look at this market has been falling since when? Let me put my vertical line. Since August 1, 2000, this market has been what? Falling. You can see that. This is 2000. This market has been what? Falling. That means the pound has been weak against the Swiss franc. So now this pin bar is now telling us, it's giving us an indication that the sellers are exhausted. It's time for the buyers to do what? Take over. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It's time for the buyers to take over. Now, like I said earlier, that position traders, what they do is they enter this trade, they look for things like this. They look for price action and they enter the market. And when they do, they allow it to run its course. Because these are people that enter a trade and they can leave it for 1 year, 2 years, and the market is running. But because you and I don't have that patience, you and I cannot just do that kind of thing because we don't have that large amount of money. We are what? We're not institutional traders like them or the market makers like them. We are just independent traders that want to go in and out and make $100 and all that from the market. So what we're doing is we look at what the prices are doing, what the candles are doing. The candles will tell us, predict what is going to happen in the market. Now, we saw this first part, this first pin bar here. This pin bar gave a reaction in the market. When this thing happened, people were like, oh, this market has been exhausted. You see, it bought. One of my lecturer in IAM Academy, what's his name? Oran Wright. He will always say something. When a resistance zone or a support zone is created, a new one, before you can confidently enter the market, price must go back there and retest it. Now, this is a perfect example. When this price was falling all the way down to this place, this market here was a new support zone that it created. Now, what did the market do? It went up, came all the way down. This is a zone. Went back up all the way down and did what? Came back again and respected the zone. Now, this zone, this new support zone level here, price has come back to retest it. So there's a tendency that it can bounce up from here and start going up based on this price action that we saw here. This candlestick we saw here, this pin bar. This pin bar. There's a tendency that price will go because it has come back here. This is a zone. This is a new support zone. Price has come what? Tested it here. I use the horizontal line. You know, I said support and resistance zone is not a line, it's a zone. So some people might put this thing here and put your entry for another buy. Remember, this is a monthly time frame. Let me show you how many pips just this little move has done here. I need to see. This is over 700 pips. Just this week out, this candle that wicked out from here on the monthly time frame. This candle that wicked out from that line I drew. This is the line. Let's say you drew a line here and you're expecting price to come back and this is your entry for a buy. If you have $100, you'll be owing your broker because this little move you're seeing here to you that is small has done 700 pips. So what you have in mind that this is a zone that what the market has created, a new support zone. This place here. So there's a tendency that price will come and do this and go and do all that. So what I did with the monthly time frame is to tell me what next is the market going to do. I can't take my decision based on this monthly time frame. I have to go to the other time frame and see how the market is reacting to this pin bar here on the monthly time frame. Now I'm going to go to, let me shift this thing down to this tip here. Now we went to the weekly to see what's happening in the weekly. You can see that price is doing what? Consolidating. There's no movement here for the weekly. But this little thing you are seeing here on a smaller time frame is a longer move. Because if I pick my ruler to measure this move from here to here, this is 700 and something pips. For a monthly time frame, for a weekly time frame, it's looking small, it's consolidating. But on a lower time frame, it's long. So if I tell you to buy this thing now, maybe I saw it then, and on a smaller time frame for a buy position. But you are saying that the weekly and monthly is still telling me sell. You can't use that to do your entry. You have to go to the smaller time frame and take your trade because you are intraday trader. You're not the long trader. So that's what I was explaining for the monthly for you to tell you what to do. Remember, this is a candle, that pin bar candle we saw on the weekly. Now we've gone here, we see that the market is still ranging here. It has not broken out. Only what it did, it gave us this engulfing candle. Two things we said may happen. It's either this market to do what? Come down here to test back this place, or what? Start going back from here. We don't know yet. That will tell what will the lower time frame will determine what is going to happen in the market. Now let me delete this and now go to the daily time frame. You can see, look at that bar here. You can see what's still happening in the daily time frame. Price is ranging. Price is what's ranging. So if I were you, what I'm going to do is what? Box it up. I'll just box it up. This is the zone. Price is still ranging within that my zone. It has not moved. Some people, what they do is when they see something like this, they can just be buying and selling in and out, even within the zone. Because from here to here is a big number of pips. Let's calculate it. You can see inside that zone is 500 pips. So you can choose to be doing up and down, but that's not what our aim is. For you to be confidently doing this, you have to go to the what? Lower time frame to see where you can come in, exit, and leave the market. So we came to 4 hours to check what's happening in the market, and we saw all this reaction. Market is still doing what? Ranging in the 4 hours. Then we say, where can I draw my zone? I prefer drawing my zone on 1 hour based on the account I have on my MT4, based on the account you have on your MT4. So what you do, you come here. Like I told you, support and resistance work in any time frame, whether 1 minute, 15 minutes, 1 hour, daily, it depends. But you go to the time frame that suits what you have on your MT4. Now we've seen this year, the market is going up and down. All these moves is money. And these moves are inside that consolidation that we're seeing on other time frame. So we'll go to our line chart, like I taught you how to draw your zones. First, you zoom out to the what? To the last, okay? Then you look for the last pullback. The last pullback. And the last pullback we saw is from here, this place, to this place. Sorry, my chart is blinking. Oh, but oh my goodness, sorry. Some people are in the waiting room. Oh, sorry, forgive me. My phone is actually the host. I thought it was my laptop. I haven't seen anything popping up. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I thought my laptop was a host. Blaze, let me Blaze, I've unmuted you. Are you on the chat so I can make you host so you can help me admit people in?
Yeah. Unmute
Which one should I unmute?
the other one.
The other one. Okay.
Unmute the other one. This other account there. Yeah, the other
All
one.
right. Okay, have you been unmuted now? Hello, Blaze.
Yeah, this is better. Okay, so just
Okay.
make me
Should
host
I
so
make
I
you
can
host
help
on
you.
this?
Yeah, make me
Okay.
host on this one. Yeah.
All right. So sorry about that. I didn't know my phone was actually down. I was using my system. I didn't see anybody. So okay, Blaze can help me now. So you can see this is the last pullback here, like I thought earlier. This little one here. So what you're going to do is to pick your horizontal line and draw from there to there. Sorry, let me delete that line I drew earlier. Mhm. Okay. Then I draw it down. Now remember I told you for us to know what we're going to do, where our next TP is, because we're buying, our next TP is this. This is the next pullback after every other thing, because all these ones are still within the zone. All this place here is still within the zone. So we can't use any pullback here. The one we're going to use is this from here to here. I'm sure you're following. Let me delete that. So I'll pick my rectangle and draw another zone here. The zone I'm drawing is the beginning of the pullback to the end of the pullback. The beginning of the pullback to the end of the pullback. So that is what I did. Now, it's not necessary you have to wait till it gets to that place. You can determine that I want my TP to be 50 pips, 100 pips, depends on how your appetite is, okay? If you want to check if this market is going to break down and start coming down, where is the other pullback? The nearest pullback here is this one here, because all this is within the zone. All this one falls within the same, they're still consolidating. So you look for the nearest pullback, which is this here, this one to this one. So I'm going to delete that, then draw my horizontal line. If you are going to sell this pair, let's say the buy is invalid, we're selling it. This is what we're going to do. So if you are selling it, your TP should be here. If you are selling it this way, your TP should be at what? The beginning of what? This new zone. But because I'm buying it, my TP is here on GBP CHF. Somewhere around here. So, but I'm not going that far. I'm not going that far to 1.2 something. I think our TP was about 1.9 something thereabouts. So that's what we're expecting the TP to get to. So that's how you can change it to candlestick and see how the price reacted to that thing that we drew. You can see that I deleted it and I redrew it again. It also gave me the same thing. When price broke out and retested, I called this pair on this candle. It came back on the sell and I started buying. We're already in profit. Some people must have secured their profits. So this one is coming back. This is where the market closed yesterday. So two things are going to be involved. Like I said earlier, market will come down here to retest this, go up, or it can just do what? Start going back up together like that. So for GBP CHF, to me, I'm still going to do what? Continue my buy on GBP CHF. So Peter, do you understand what I did? Where's my charts? Peter, can you type on the chat box if you are okay? You are okay. Okay, good. So Blaze, are you ready? Hello, Blaze.
Yeah, I am.
All right. So
I am.
okay. So I will stop sharing. Then you can share us your idea. Then now, when you're done, I'll continue on what's on GBP card, gold, USD, JPY, and GJ. All right. So I'll stop sharing my screen, and Blaze
Okay.
is going to take over. Blaze was actually the first person for those who started this journey with us from Twitter. The first class was with Blaze, and I'm sure everybody enjoyed how he took it from the beginning when how trade started with trade by barter, selling all that, all till it come to what the digital way that we're actually trading this market. So, Blaze, you can take it up from here. You can make me host so I can help you admit people coming in.
All right. Let me share my screen so that I can make you host.
Okay.
Uh,
Victor said he's not. Maybe
okay.
when Blaze
So
starts, you
right.
understand, Victor. Somebody said he doesn't understand. I don't know. If you've actually joined us from the inception, if you've not, you go back and watch the previous classes so you can follow us on how we actually started drawing our zones and all that. So Blaze, you can take it up from here.
Okay. Um, host. Let me share my screen. Okay. I don't know if my screen is up yet.
Not yet.
Okay. I've shared my screen. I don't know why it's not showing.
Or can anyone, maybe it's my network, is anyone seeing his screen? If you can see his screen, type 3. If you're not seeing it, can you type no? Okay, no, that means it's not sharing yet.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Just give me a minute. So my thoughts on GCHF, right?
Yeah, GCHF, another pair, and we'll continue like we're just doing that 5 pairs for this week. We don't want to be trading
Okay.
so many pairs, just 5 pairs a week.
Let me just maybe I'll start with. I've not actually marked up GCHF, but I've been working on GJ for a while now. So
But we're not
I'll
seeing your
just
screen yet, too.
yeah, I know. Oh God.
Or you're not sharing from the screen that you're host.
Yeah, I am. I am. I just made my laptop the host and I share the screen there. I don't know why it's delaying to show up. Okay. Okay.
I'm the host now, so you can share your screen.
Yeah, I think the host just went back to you. So make me the host again.
All right, yeah, the host now, so you can share your screen.
All right. Okay. Let me see if I can work with my phone because I'm really not understanding this laptop today. Let me work with my phone.
Maybe you can pause the recording,
Okay.
so when you're done.
Uh, okay.